Okay, so we did the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. I did it, Grace Dennis.
Leah Davis.
Brandon Shepard.
And Brandon Deloach did it, but he's not here. Okay, so review. King Nebuchadnezzar II had built it for his wife because she was like homesick of the mountains, and so he wanted her to feel more at home, and it was built around 600 BCE. Okay, the Hanging
Gardens are debated to be real or a myth, as well as being one of the 7 wonders today. Today, the area where it would be is modern-day Iran. It is said to have been destroyed by an earthquake in 2nd or 2 BCE.
The actual size of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon is thought to be 8 feet tall, mud brick, waterproofed with lead. The scale we used was 8 inches tall times 7 inches wide to match the 80 feet height building. The building was so tall we made it as tall as possible and as long as possible because it was also wide. We created it using rectangles, circles, spheres, and squares. Rectangles were used to make our stairs along with the hole cutting in our bases and our layers. Circles and spheres were used to create the trees and bushes, and squares were the main shape used to create our structure in general.
Okay, the challenges we faced was like printing all the parts out because we did have like a base part. That's why it's kind of like not as tall as we wanted it to be. That one didn't get printed out, so we had to like. So the stairs are really hard to do because we had to like align it right, make sure it was centered, and make sure they didn't like poke out or they were uneven. But our second set of stairs didn't even get printed out. So. And then trying to make the one project into like 3 parts, so we had to make 3 sections, so 3 different like Tinkercads, and gluing all the parts together in the end was hard because we had a lot, as you can see. We overcame these challenges by printing what had printed out. We made it like look really good, so we added a lot of detail to it and made sure the trees made it look good since we didn't have the bottom part. For our stairs, I just had to like make sure they were really centered because it was like kind of off, and then whenever I would look at a different angle, it was like sometimes floating, and so I had to go back and change that to make sure it was actually on the ground. And like some of the stairs, so I thought it was like good, but then the stairs were actually, none of them were like actually attached to each other. They were just like floating on top of each other. So I had to like go back each time to make sure they were perfect. And then gluing things together, we just, somebody who had the time, Brandon had like the time to like glue all this stuff together, and he had the supplies, so he got all the things glued together at home.
Okay, so what we're part about working in a group. The main issue with working in a group is that everyone does not share the same ideas all the time. And we cannot read each other's minds. Me, myself, not being here, so I went home and painted it because I wasn't here a couple days, so did my part. How did we overcome? We found that once we got our base structure down, we were able to have one person work at a time and just shift the time spent of the main structure. Me, again, led to me taking it home, enjoying it.
That's all.
Okay, so how did you guys decide who was going to do what?
We kind of like all volunteered, but at first I wanted to do like the trees and the bushes, but then Aaliyah was a lot better at it because I didn't really know how to do it. And so I ended up doing the stairs. What did you?
Wow, thanks. I made the base and then had the ideas for the holes on the side. So.
Yeah, and Brandon wanted to do, and so
Yeah,
Brandon
with the
Deloach
holes.
did the holes. Yeah, he did all of the holes. Like the little,
So everybody basically volunteered, nobody was
Yeah.
delegated.
yeah.
Okay. So what did you learn from this project?
I learned a lot, like how to use the Tinkercad and how to like really control it with like our keypad. I learned how to like work together. We were a good group together, I think. Oh, also how to like use other resources to make it look good.
I think y'all did very, very well with that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe even a step beyond the cost of roads. That came out very nicely. And one thing that was an additional challenge for your group that the other groups didn't have to deal with, and we can go ahead and say that too on film, I did not print your stuff out correctly
Yeah.
several times. And every time it got worse. So what additional steps did y'all have to do after I handed you the pieces?
Okay, so like this one, it was like kind of into 3 parts. So one of our walls was missing, so we had to like glue it back on and make sure it looked good. And then we had to,
We had to cut the stems off the bushes.
yeah, we had to cut off the stems off the bushes because like our top side of it looked really bad, but like the bottom side looked good. So we just like transferred it because originally like the bottom part was like the blue part, which was like all bad because of the way it like printed. So we just cut the stems off that and used the top.
So, what is building this tell you about the people who built this structure?
They had to like really love their king since he did it like just for his wife, I think, and they had to be like, he had to be a strong leader.
So what did you like, what did you or did you not like about using the program?
I'm just getting kicked out all the time.
Yeah, that and like whenever I thought they were like on top of each other, it was actually like floating, so I had to like always look at it from a different angle, so that was like hard. Also, it was really hard to like control because I would want to zoom out, but it would like zoom in really quickly and like a lot. So I was like super confused.
And you guys didn't know how to delete the work planes.
Oh yeah, we didn't know how to delete the work planes once we had them, so we just kind of like left them there.
Okay. Very good, guys, thank you.
Yep.